Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Turning Two with Boonie, the Thanksgiving Day edition 2025. I'm Rich Herrera from the Infinity Sports Network. That, of course, is the author of this podcast, Bret Boone. Bret, let me be the first to tell you Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Rich. Yeah, pretty cool. Time flies. I'll tell you that. It seemed like it was just Thanksgiving a year ago. Oh, it was. So here we are again.
Okay, that could be the lamest Thanksgiving greeting I've ever heard.
Yeah. You know why I like Thanksgiving, Rich? You know why? The sole reason. Actually, I don't mind the food. It's decent. I'm not the biggest Thanksgiving guy. Turkey, everybody gets all excited about it. Cranberry, this, that. Let me tell you this. If you go to a restaurant, what's the last thing on earth that you're going to order? You can order anything. You ever going to order turkey dinner? Never. Nobody does. Yet they get so excited about Thanksgiving. Oh, we're getting all the trimmings. I said, okay, if you go to a steakhouse, do you order turkey? They probably have it available. Why don't you get turkey, mashed potatoes, and cranberry if it's so good? The key is it's not that good. It's mediocre, but it's just tradition. Therefore, it's an excuse for people to eat. And I don't know. I'll try to be positive about it.
Yeah,
I get to see a lot of my family members.
little bitter over Turkey Day, aren't you?
But the thing I like is why, Rich? What comes the week after Thanksgiving?
Army Navy football.
No, I get to go to Pebble Beach. That's my Pebble Beach trip.
Oh, and Rich gets. What am I getting this year?
Well, it depends. For those listening to the Boone podcast, the Turning Two version, of course.
Wow.
Rich has been on a weight journey.
Yeah.
And I told him when he got to a double, was it a double X?
Double X.
I would get him a Pebble Beach vest.
Well,
vest. He got to a double X.
Yeah.
Now I told him the next time I'll get him a vest is when he's at an XL. Are you? Drum roll, please, Rich. Are you at an XL?
No, I'm still at a double X.
Here's the caveat. Here's the caveat.
What's that?
Because when I'm away, hard at work, Rich Herrera has done a wonderful job taking over the Boom podcast. He even has a little. He has a promo on the website when you tune into the show, which I laughed at. How long have I been gone? But since he's done such a wonderful job, I'll probably pick him up something at Pebble Beach. Something I don't know what's in the. What do you like this year? We got the vest. What do you want?
It's a little big.
Huh? It's getting a little big. Well,
Yeah.
there's not X and a half, Rich. You're either an XL or a double XL.
You got me a 3X vest.
Oh, you're at a 2X now.
I'm at a 2X now. I'm a whole size down. Listen, when we first started this podcast, Brett, and you saw what
you were a 4X.
I was 4X. I was up size.
I don't even know what 4X is.
I was up it's 52 pant. Now I'm down to a 42, almost legitimate 40.
It's pretty awesome.
I get down to a 38. Look out, man! I'll be on TV.
You will. You won't be on the internet. You'll be on TV.
I'll be on TV. Look out. Anyway, all right. So, best part of Thanksgiving is what?
Getting to see my family. Okay. We don't get to, especially this year. You know, Matthew and his wife Krista and the kids come. I always get to see mom and dad. You know, I'm kind of spoiled with that.
Right.
Living where I live, they're 10 or 12 miles away. So I always get to see mom and dad. Aaron's going to come out this year. Aaron and his wife, Laura, and the kids. Well, half his crew is coming. The kids, the other, Brandon's, he's got football. And Janelle's got work. He's busy. He can't be out here for Thanksgiving, but I'm getting to see Aaron's crew. And then, so it'll be nice. All the kids will be here. Judah, Isaiah,
Savannah.
Nobody knows yet, but Jake's arriving tomorrow.
Oh,
and nobody thinks he's coming. Well, how about Jake? He calls me from New York. Jake's working for MLB in New York, and he's like, Dad, He goes, I called Uncle Aaron to tell him I was going to crash Thanksgiving
Right.
because I'm out here by myself. And I said, well, what did he tell you? He said he's coming to your house. I said, correct. He goes, well, I said, well, why don't you go to your girlfriend's house? He said, well, she's going home to Texas to her parents. He goes, I said, so you're just going to be there alone? He goes, yeah. I said, well, you can go to work. He goes, no, I don't have to work. I said, well, how many days? He said, 4. I said, Jake, that's a dream for me. 4 days on my own, nobody around, nobody, be great. But I could sense that he was kind of like, I want to go to Thanksgiving somewhere. So I said, do you really want to come home for this 2 days from New York? And I guess the overwhelming answer was yes. So we got him a ticket, and nobody knows he's coming. Nobody knows he's coming. Yeah. So I'm not even going to pick him up at the airport. I told him just to Uber in, and he'll come in mid-dinner. So that should be.
Waltz in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So the entire Boone clan will be there. Last year, were you guys in Mexico for Thanksgiving, or was that Christmas?
That was Christmas. We're not doing the Christmas in Punta Mita again. Yeah, that was when we had the whole crew come through and all give their testimonials. Now, we are not doing that this year. So Thanksgiving, getting that same crew is going to be getting together, though. So
because it's also going to be 11 months since we lost Bunny.
That's right. Lennon will be here for the festivities. So
just in case people are wondering, if you missed that special edition of the Bret Boone podcast, the entire Boone family got together in Mexico at a resort, and the youngest of all the Boones, right?
Correct. Lennon
had this bunny rabbit that she carried around with her, and it was dog-eared and beat up, and she loved that thing, and somebody stole it in Mexico.
Yeah, and she got over it. She got over it. It was amazing how much attention was paid to it. Like we were finding what house it was at, and it was
air tag inside Bunny.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Some of the boys were going to go buy. We're going to go find mercenaries to go.
They did. Matthew gave a couple guys $100 that could go get it, and they never recovered it. They did give the effort, though. I said, Matt, you think when we leave Mexico, they're just not going to take your $100 and get out? He said no. They actually followed up and were in contact, and just never the crime scene where Bunny was. They didn't fess up when the locals knocked on the door. That's funny. You remember Bunny?
I remember Bunny. I've been worried about Bunny ever since.
Yeah.
So what would Bret Boone's perfect Thanksgiving be?
Oh, nothing. The same. For me, as much as I joke about the turkey and it's not your favorite, because it's not. I still like it because it's once a year. But I like it, especially when we can get everybody together. We don't get to do that very often.
3 boys together.
Right. And that's the neat. And the cool thing is when the cousins get to come and the cousins get together, they don't get to see each other that often. And now with, Jake's in New York, Judah's at school,
right?
Isaiah's at home. He's the only homebody, the struggling fireman journey that he's going on.
Right.
So other than Isaiah, and the girls are still all in town. Isabella, my stepdaughter, she moved out, the oldest. The middle one, Annalise, she's got a good job now. She's worked, so she's living at the house. Malia, who's the youngest of all the combined family, she's 18 years old. She's a senior in high school, so she's around all the time. So I don't care if I see those guys. The 3 girls and Isaiah, I see them every day. But to get to see Judah and Jake and Savannah and Nick will be there. So, we'll have a crew. We'll have a pretty cool crew.
So, describe to me what Thanksgiving in the Boone is like in the Boone house.
Nick got traded to the Astros while you were off in Italy gallivanting. So now Nick Allen's an Astro.
Okay.
So that'll be a topic of discussion. All right. So what were you saying? What's it like in the Boone household?
Is it a formal sit-down dinner? Is it a buffet? Do people run?
No, it's formal. It's formal. Yeah. I'll be in charge of cutting the turkey.
Right.
which I'm pretty mediocre at it. But I will have my brothers there. Jake will be there, even though nobody knows until this comes out.
Right.
Um, so we got plenty of men to cut it. Isn't that part of it, Rich, being like a grown,
Yeah.
like an adult? You just handle the turkey, and it comes out really solid, really
If you
professional.
host, you're supposed to be able to carve the turkey.
And I don't know two things about carving a turkey, but I will get it done. I'll get it done.
I've never hosted Thanksgiving, so I've never had to carve a turkey.
Yeah, I'll get it handled.
And I'm going to work on Thanksgiving Day anyway. I'll be hosting a sports talk show, which is my annual thing to do, Brett. My dad
sounds like a hoot.
My dad was a cop, so we always worked on the holidays. So I always just say, hey, listen, I'll work. If people want to take the day off, take the day off. I'll work, and I just do the show for all the people that don't get to take holidays off because they're cops, they're firemen, they're people that work in hospitals. It's very interesting, the people that don't get holidays off, and they all call in on those days, and they're appreciative of somebody like, hey, I want to work because you guys are working.
You're giving back, Rich.
That's what I do, Brett. I give back.
It's part of the humility phase of life.
Okay, but honestly, let's go a little bit down this rabbit hole because it is Thanksgiving. So I am going to talk to you about what you're thankful for, because I don't think we pay enough attention to what we're thankful for. A lot of times I say this on the radio that we're so worried about what we don't have. We forget what we do. And you're one who has taught me that. And I'm just going to be honest with people. Bret has taught me that over the last, how long have we been doing this? 5 years?
5 years.
5 years. That Bret, for all of his bravado and playing with his hair on fire and his attitude, is one of the most appreciative people I've ever met in my life. And Bret will often chastise me because I am not appreciative enough. I'm appreciative of my family, my wife, my son, all the rest of that. But all the good fortune of my life, sometimes you lose track of it. So Thanksgiving is always that time, especially since I've known you, Bret, that I think about what am I really, really thankful for. So I'm going to ask you that in just a minute. But if you think about it, it's that one day you just get to kind of sit and reflect. If you do it right, boy, does it just make your life better when you're able to think about what you're thankful for. And then you're the one who's taught me this. If you're ever feeling down and out, you're ever feeling like things aren't working, go volunteer, go give back to somebody else, and you'll really appreciate what you don't see.
I think that's the key to life. It took me a long time. First of all, I'm thankful as heck for
me,
my health, my family, my friends, my sobriety. I've been sober now coming up on 8 years, Rich. That has been a change in my life. Awesome change, by the way. And I'm pretty private about it, but it's not taboo to talk about, but I'm very thankful for that. And through my life and through the ups and downs, and the one thing I find, life's tough, and for all of us, no matter what venue you're in, no matter what occupation it's all tough. But I found the greatest thing, and I'm doing this tomorrow. I do some volunteer work here in San Diego area. Tomorrow, I just got a call from my buddy. He goes, remember, you're at 8:00. And it's like, those are the things. I never look forward to the volunteer work that I do. And I rarely talk about it, but I'll talk about it today. And that's right. I got to be there at 8:00 tomorrow. And I'm glad he called me because I forgot. Now I'll get up, but every time I do it, I come home at noon. And man, that just kind of made my day. It's like when you think of, because we all have families and we all have, the holidays are stressful and everybody's going every which way. We get so caught up in ourselves, our life. What do we need? What do I need to get? I got to do the turkey. I got to have everything perfect at the house. If you're hosting, if you're not hosting, how do we get everybody there? And when you just kind of get out of that for a minute, and I'm being serious now, when you get out of yourself for a second and kind of give back and help somebody else out or be of service in some way. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Some people go down and feed the homeless on on Thanksgiving. Some people do it in other ways, but it's just, that's the one thing that I felt through my life that has changed me the most is giving back. Because I've had a hell of a run, and I've had a lot of blessings in my life. And whenever you can do that, I don't know. I think it's a cool thing, and I don't know. That's the most important thing to me. And I tell my kids that all the time when they get, they get frustrated, they this and that. I said, go volunteer. Go help somebody that doesn't have a pot to piss in. Go
Right.
help them. That'll get you out of yourself and think, man, my problems aren't that bad. It's almost like it's a healing thing. It really is. It puts life into perspective, and it makes you thankful for what you do have.
So
Doesn't mean you can't always want more. Shoot for the stars. I tell all my kids that. Shoot for the stars. Be the best. Make the most money. Do it all. But in a sobering moment, sit down and say, my life's pretty good. My life's pretty good, and appreciate what you have sometimes instead of what you're going for that you don't have yet.
right, what's frustrating you in your life. All right, so let's go down this rabbit hole anyway, because you opened up the door for me. I'm always amazed listening to you call me on the way back. So Bret will go do some volunteers, some helping some other people when they could really lean on somebody. And it's funny. I think of Ernie Johnson Jr., who spoke to the University of Alabama football team about the difference between get to and got to. Some people look at their life as I've got to get up and go to work. Some people look at their life, I get an opportunity to work. And the difference between those two vowels are so much. And Bret, you talked about I have to go tomorrow. Yeah, you have to go tomorrow because you made that commitment to do it. But when you come away from that and you call me on the way home, you tell me about all the great things that you did and how you helped somebody, that you get to be a difference in someone's life. And talk to me about that and share with the Boone podcast, because we're family around here. Share with the Boone podcast what that means when you get to help somebody. You get to help somebody that could really use somebody to lean on.
No, I think it's reaching your hand out and being a little part of somebody else, giving somebody hope in this world. I talk about it a lot with my hitters. Man, sometimes all we need is a little hope for today's game. Hope. It's a thing, because a lot of times we go into the game and we're lost and we got no chance. And I always say, on those, let's find a way in the cage before the game to get to a point where we've got hope. Because if you've got hope, you got a chance. I don't know. I just, because it's time after time after time. And around the Thanksgiving time, we always have this certain charity that we go down to.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I'm doing tomorrow, and I'm telling you, to this day, every year I do it. I do it about every 2 months, but it always is around Thanksgiving. It's always our team. It's our time.
Right.
And every year, because I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got a lot to, I got a lot of things to do. Got all the kids coming to town.
Right.
And I'm, I have to go do that thing. But then I laugh because I say that every time. And then I come home. I come home in the afternoon, and it was like, it's pretty cool. Doesn't mean I want to do it every day, but it's something for me in my life. It grounds me, keeps me centered, and it helps me as when I help somebody else. And I'm not saying I help. I'm not this Mr. Charity guy thinking I'm all that and I give back so much. But doing something for someone else, I've learned as life goes on, it's really rewarding. And it just, once again, I'll keep saying, it gets you out of yourself, and it makes you selfless, and get it off you, get the spotlight off you and what you need to do, and go help somebody else. It's amazing. It's like I don't know, it heals the soul. Does that make sense? So maybe in a roundabout way, it's selfish, because it's good for me. It makes me feel good. So selfishly, can I be of help? Can I be of service? It really helps me as much as it helps anybody else.
You're the one who told me as I've made some transitions in my life, segueing to some great new opportunities, but the transition was not easy. And there were times where it was very frustrating. I called Bret, and he'd give me the same advice. your dad gave you during the draft. What do you want me to just have everybody come back and we'll just redraft life stuff, get over it, let's get back to work, right? Bob
Sure.
Boone's advice. And there's times where I just couldn't get out of my own way. And what did you tell me to do? You know what? Go help somebody. Go shut up. Stop your bleeping belly aching and stop your whining. Go volunteer. Go help somebody get out of your own head. Mind blowing. And I don't think enough people will ever have that frame of reference or that big picture out there of go help somebody else. And it's, boy, is it going to help your disposition, because you first of all, you stop thinking about yourself, which means that maybe you could see a clearer picture.
Yeah, and isn't it amazing? I mean, I remember the first time I heard that. Go, quit worrying about yourself. Go help somebody else. And I was like, "Are you crazy? How does that help me?" That's the first thing. That's the first thing you say. How does that help me? Well, go help somebody else, and you'll figure it out. But it's things in life we learn, and we get there in different ways. You know, for me, sobriety was a way I got there. Hey, go help someone else. A lot of friends I have. In my sobriety world, I call it. I laugh. They taught me things. That's where it started, and it's like and it's the last thing on earth you want to do. What do you mean, go help somebody else? And then you do it, and you're like, how was it? How was it? Oh, it wasn't bad. You know, you think actually it was kind of good. And then you do it again and again and again, and it's not, like I said, it's not like you look forward to doing it. It seems like a chore, but then once you do it, it's not a chore.
Driving, but once you drive away and you call me on the way back, you're like, oh God, do I feel, you know what, my life's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like anything you do. You talk to it. I can correlate everything, or I can compare everything to baseball, because I always do, because that's been my whole life. So it's like when you're the hitting coach and you've got 13 players, your hitters, man, you're not going to help every one of them. There's no way in heck you're going to be the guy that turns around a ship and makes, my first baseman tonight get 4 hits. It's not going to happen. But if I can give them a little knowledge, a little advice, a little of something I learned along the way when I was going through something similar that one of my hitters is going through, and it helps them this much, man, it's rewarding, and it's cool to see the light go on, and you just kind of exchange a look like, yeah, that was it. You don't need any recognition for it. You're not looking for it. Those days for me, the headlines, they were great when you were playing and you were on the, back then we were in newspapers. When I'd be on the cover of the newspaper, your parents would show your wife or your family. And that was cool. That was cool. Those, but as you get a little bit older, you appreciate different things, and you don't need the headlines. You don't need the credit for anything, but it's rewarding when you're working with a player. If you just feel like you helped them this much, just a smidge, because that's all you can do. You're not going to help the world. If you talk to a group of 20 kids and you help one, man, you did a good job that day. 'Cause you're not going to help all 20. But if you can help one make a better choice in life, or take a certain path, or give them some advice athletically, maybe you try this instead of trying this, and it works for them, well, then you did your job. And I use the example of 20. It could be 1,000. If you talk to 1,000 people and you helped you reached one person in that room and changed their life a tiny bit, you did your job.
Well,
you
okay,
did your job.
You talk about that in the baseball sense of you're able to help one guy tonight, one guy tomorrow, maybe 4 guys the next day, but you gave them that little thing. And I've never really thought about this until you said, how important is hope? Because when you have it, you don't appreciate it. When you don't have it, boy, does it mean everything in the world to you.
Yeah. And hope seems like a desperate term. But when you're a hitter and you got to hit every night, and you got 162 games, man, hope sometimes is like it's like Haagen-Dazs. Like, wow, because I know what it's like not to have hope. Just give me hope, and not one of those where I feel great and whoever's pitching tonight's in trouble. That's beyond hope. That's you're skipping to the ballpark. But I'm talking about the dog days of summer, and you're just in the grind, and man, you're searching, and you're searching for that swing and that feeling. Hey, I got a chance tonight. That's all we need is a chance. So I use hope, chance, same thing. They're interchangeable.
Believe.
But if you've got hope, you can smile going onto that field. Now, you might be frowning after your fourth at bat, like, wow, hopeless. But
at
now,
least you try.
right. And that's the key. That's the key to everything athletically.
And
Giving yourself a chance. You get, if it's the fourth inning and you're 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and I mean, this isn't, it's like, well, I need hope for that third at bat because right now I'm lost. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I wasn't doing, oh, that's right. I got hope. Doesn't mean I'm going to get a hit my next at bat, but at least I can hold my head high, walk into the on deck circle into the box.
because I have hope.
I have hope. I have a chance.
So you've been through so much in your life. Talk about not having hope in your life and then rediscovering and having hope.
Well, I don't think I ever got to a point in my life where there was no hope. I always found a way because
You're a competitor.
through baseball, through other mentors of mine that I learned from, there's a way to find something to hold on. I got to find something today. I learned that because you go through, right, when you're young, you go through the trials and the tribulations and you get your butt kicked and you get knocked down and you get back up and you learn from that. And once you learn a lot of lessons, there's a way to maneuver through a season, through when it's grim. Yeah, well, I've got experience because the last time it was really grim. I did this and player X said, "Hey, Boonie, why don't you try this?" Now I've got some tools to use. Okay. Remember when I was down last time? Boom. I used that.
All right. You remember when I was looking for this new opportunity that I have?
Correct.
And days where you would call, we talk to each other, we get on the phone, and I just say, and you tell me to shut up, stop being a big baby, and then you would remind me what your ex-wife used to tell you. What do you think? You're never going to get another hit again?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, believe me, it's tough and it's as I try to come across.
This transition, and you were like, "What do you think? You're never going to get another radio show again? Shut up! Stop being a baby. You're gonna, it's going to come." I go, "But I don't know when." And then there's that time when you panic, where you don't have hope.
Yeah, I mean, we're all behind the scenes, behind this tough exterior. We've all got our insecurities. Trust me. I walk down the street as head held high, like I'm the most confident person in the world, because I need to show that to my teammates. Right. I need to show strength, but inside I'm just spinning, going, all right, what am I going to do today? What rabbit am I going to pull out of my hat? Yeah, my ex-wife, my kids' mother would tell me I'd come home and I'd kind of be like you, like a baby. Defeated. And I'd be like, I stink. And she'd look at me like, really? Really, we're having this conversation for the 200th time? And it was like, how many times have you felt like this? I said, just seems like a million times. She goes, well, how many times have you come out of it? I said, 1,000,000. She goes, well, why don't you look at it that way? And it was that was good advice, because we're all babies and we're all vulnerable. When we're kids, what do? We're tough with our friends, right? We go home and we're like, mom, I don't know if and you're not going to let your buddy see you being a little wuss, but you'll be vulnerable to mom. Well, that's what your family's for. It's a place where we can be vulnerable. As we get older and as we go on through this life, I tend not to worry as much about being that tough guy. I allow myself to be a little more vulnerable in more positions than I used to be. But still, at the end of the day, when put up or shut up, yeah, I'm going to have that tough exterior because that's how I'm built.
So what are you thankful for now?
I got a new putter. I'm thankful for that son of a bitch.
You didn't win at Pebble last year. We were very disappointed.
I was second place, and I'll tell you what, I got a new putter. I got new hope, Rich. I can't tell you how much hope I have. I was putting the other day. I had a buddy of mine, Pete, and he had this new putter. The new big thing in golf is these lab putters they're coming out with.
What is a lab putter for those that don't know what you're
Lab putter? I can't really define it, but the way they're built, and they're just the weighting is just different than your standard classic putter. Usually the shaft is right in the center of the mallet versus on the heel of the mallet, which is a classic putter. The shaft goes to the heel.
forever, right?
This is right in the middle. So anyway, I've seen a couple buddies of mine go to the mallet, and they putt really good. Well, we've documented on this show throughout the years that, man, my putting has just gone up and down so bad for 3-4 years. So the other day I'm putting, and I like the standard, I don't have a cross grip. I don't have anything. I like a standard length putter, maybe a little shorter, but I don't have the stand up I don't have wacky grips. I just want to be able to stand over a ball and not think about it and just putt. My buddy goes, try this putter. It's really easy to putt with. And it's the TaylorMade's version of the lab putter.
So is this something that we need to discuss in life? What did you just say? When you're putting, you're so much going in your head, you just can't do it. How many times have we talked about your hitters? So much going on in their head that they just couldn't perform. How many times in life do you have so much going on in your head that you can't figure anything out?
Right. Oh, by the way, I'll give a shout out to Greg at TaylorMade at the Kingdom in Carlsbad. He hooked me up with the new putter.
Hey,
so
Greg, don't be afraid to invite the big fajita over there to embarrass himself at the Kingdom one day.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You might embarrass yourself. I don't know if you're ready for the Kingdom.
No,
anyway,
no, there's nowhere I'm close. But just think about what you were saying, and since we're just talking about life now on Thanksgiving, how many times do you have to clarify everything in your head? So when you had the hitters and there's too much going on, a paralysis of analysis, Bret trying to putt before he went to the Kingdom, too much going on in his head. How many of us are frustrated on a daily basis because there's too much going up on here and you're thinking about everything else, and there's so much noise, a distraction from what you really wanted to accomplish today?
Well, absolutely. That's what gets in the way of all of us, is between our ears. We know how to do it.
Right.
It's not my swing. Well, sometimes it's your mechanics, sometimes. But at the big league level, it's beyond mechanics. You got the mechanics to be a big league player. But how do we compete at 7 o'clock? How do we prepare every night as a pro to get ready to win a game? That's what the thought process should be. Now, easier said than done. That's what makes a big leaguer a big leaguer. What makes a star big leaguer a star big leaguer is the ability, that mental toughness, that ability to put yourself in that
to focus
in that bubble. Yeah, but it's more than focus. You go through. I remember in the minor leagues, I played against guys who were really good players. And they got to the big leagues, and they were never to be seen again. Never to be seen again. So it's just a different. I don't know. It's a mentality. Focus to a degree, but I wouldn't say it's focus. It's the ability to be a pro.
To zero on one thing you need to do at that one moment.
Exactly. It's to know when you got your A game and when you don't. Know how to survive when you don't have your A game. Know how to step on your opponent's neck when you do have your A game. But know how to survive when you don't have it. And then actually really have I've just got to live to play another day today. And there's another level for that as an athlete.
Survival. And it's kind of like when you get, I always put it this way, Bret, when you get sick, and you don't get sick very often, nor do I. I'm fighting a cold now that I just got back from vacation. But there's that point where I'm going to fight the cold. Then finally I'm just going to give into the cold, roll over, play dead, let it win for a couple days until I start feeling better.
No, not me. It never beats me, ever.
I've seen you sick before. It's beating you.
Now the flu might beat me. A cold is not beating me, Rich. A cold will not. I will defeat the cold every time.
But there's times where in life,
the flu will take you to your knees.
There's times in life where you'll fight it. Finally, you just kind of admit defeat and roll over and die. I've seen it with guys in at-bats where they're overpowered, and by the time they get 2 strikes on them, they've already given up, and they've got 1 foot on their way out to the dugout. They can't compete right now.
Well, yeah, it depends. Absolutely, there's guys like that, but the great ones don't.
No,
There's always a chance.
well, there's Junior, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah, no, there's the elite of the game. They're not done. They're never done.
Right.
But
in life, though, if you keep fighting, eventually you'll get that opportunity. You might not win every time, but you're not going to punch out every single time as long as you go up there with hope and you keep swinging.
Right. This has been like a.
Going here with this. I mean,
this has been like a session.
Yeah,
session with it's like Dr. Drew stuff.
I just got back from vacation. First time I've ever taken an adult vacation in my entire life. First time. It was pretty cool. We went to Italy for 2 weeks.
How was the food?
Food was good.
Did you make good choices, Rich? To stay within the XL frame?
Oh no, I did not.
Or the 2X.
I did not lose a belt loop. My belts is exactly the same. I tried new things I'd never had before. The food. Okay, so here's the weird thing. The biggest strange difference food wise, the M&Ms.
Really?
I will snack on an M&M. I won't eat the whole bag. I'll just snack on an M&M. And when we're riding the bus, I had some M&Ms in my bag from America. Had some M&Ms in my bag that I picked up in Italy, and I opened them both up, and the food died. American M&Ms, bright yellow,
right?
Vibrant colors. The M&Ms in Italy look like they've been left out in the sun. They're all faded.
Good, healthier M&Ms.
One thing that I noticed a big difference. Everything else was a lot fresher. And we went to starting Sicily, went to Palermo, went to Matera. I saw ancient Greek ruins, like a big temple, ancient Greek ruins. I saw ancient Roman ruins. I went to Pompeii and saw where the volcano in the Roman town. I went to this little town where they didn't want to pay taxes. So if you had a permanent structure, you had to pay taxes, but if it was a temporary structure, you didn't. So they built these temporary structures that look like soda bottles, that look like Smurf houses. So they didn't have to pay tribute to the king. A little weird town. So I went to all these different places. Then we ended up going to we had 4 different meals at a farm where they showed us how they made the mozzarella, and then 10 minutes later we're eating the mozzarella they just made. So it was pretty cool. So I expanded my palate, and you'll be very proud of me. I did not go to McDonald's once while I was in Europe.
At McDonald's, you're in Italy and you're going to go to McDonald's. That's an amateur hour. Come on.
But I ate vegetables. I ate everything and put in front of me.
I'll tell you, Italy might be tough for me because I don't eat pasta on the regular, but I love pasta.
Everything was so rich,
and I hear it's unbelievable.
Now here's some of the differences were. I did get my Diet Cokes, but I had to ask for ice. They serve the bottle.
Yeah, that's like Canada. Certain parts of Canada. When I played in Canada, I'm like, I'd like an iced tea. They give me the iced tea. I'm like, where's the ice? They said, oh, it's cold. It comes out of the. I said, I don't care if it's cold. Give me some ice.
So that was one. The bathrooms, there are no free public toilets.
Really? Well, make sure you just have your change purse with you.
Yeah. So everywhere you went, there's an attendant. The bathrooms were sparkling clean. Everyone was incredible. You could probably eat off the floor, but
can you pay with crypto?
No, you got to throw in 50, half a euro in there to use the bathroom.
Really? All right.
So every time I had to go to the bathroom, and it was a big deal to find the restroom, make sure you have money to go to the restroom. So that was something big. They don't cure their bacon and they don't fry it, so it's like a wet noodle, no crispy bacon at breakfast.
That doesn't sound good to me. I think I pass on that.
Yeah, and I ended up getting sick one day because I was eating undercooked bacon. I wasn't used to that, but it was incredible. And then there were so many Aaron Boone fans walking around Italy.
Why would there be Aaron Boone fans?
because everybody I saw was walking around with a Yankee cap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like what?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The
Yeah,
American thing is the Yankee
yeah,
hat. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I just wanted to count how many stinking Yankee hats. One day in Palermo, 23 Yankee caps.
Did you see any Cubs hats?
No, I saw a couple Dodger caps,
You got to have some Dodger caps. Yeah.
there were a couple Dodger caps, but overwhelmingly everybody's wearing Aaron Boone's cap.
Okay. Well, when
Do
you
you
said
know
Aaron Boone, I see the gist of it. It wasn't Aaron Boone fans; it was Yankee fans, and you're attributing that to him. I got you.
Well, I asked, and they said that they go, "Oh, Yankees," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." People don't speak English at all. Yankees, Yankees. And then we had an interpreter, a tour guy that was the tour manager. Rosario is a great guy, and he kind of explained to me that that New York Yankee cap represents America, and that's what they all wanted to wear.
Yeah,
So people
cool.
had no idea. And then Brett, the funniest thing is, you would see random people walking around with a team or a cap, and they were vintage, old, beat up. Like I saw this guy walking around with a Mighty Ducks cap. So I walked by and I go high five him and go, "Hey, Mighty Ducks, way to go, Anaheim!" And he just looked at me like I was crazy. He was just wearing an American baseball cap, had no idea what the team was. It was an old Mighty Ducks cap, and he had no idea.
You should have packed your luggage full of apple pie and Chevrolet. You'd have made a killing.
Oh, well, I did walk around wearing a lot of red, white, and blue, a lot of America. And when tourists were taking pictures, I would pose for the pictures, and they kind of look at me and they go, "Hey, Americano." And then at one point, all these Japanese tourists started taking pictures of me in Palermo. So I'm just, whatever. I'm going to stand there and I pose for like 5 minutes taking pictures because they wanted a picture of an American.
Right up your alley, Rich.
Oh, so it was incredible. It was incredible. But yeah, like I said, a lot of Aaron Boone caps around there.
Very cool.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I got Pebble next week.
I know you didn't tell us what you're thankful for, though. I need 5 things I'm thankful for. We've already had this section.
I told you.
No,
Over. All right. I'm thankful.
I'm not going for your putter.
Huh?
You can't say I'm thankful for my putter. That's dumb.
My putter was last. I'm thankful for.
Okay, so let me have it.
I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my family.
So you're thankful for Little Man and Eric. Let's name them all because they all listen. Don't want to.
No. We're not going to get into who they are. They know who they are.
Sexy.
I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my family.
By
I'm
the way,
thankful. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my sobriety. There's 4.
There's 4.
And I'm thankful for my putter. There's 5. I could have one fun one.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Can I give you one more suggestion?
Yeah.
Just someone who's done this for a little bit. Yeah. You should really say, "I'm thankful for all the listeners that listen to our podcast every week."
Oh, hey, and I'm really thankful for all the listeners that tune into the Bret Boone podcast, even the Turning Two with Boone version. Love you guys. I do, though. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the all the people that do it, and throughout, when I go city to city and people, "Hey, I listen to your podcast." I always point at them. I say, "That's cool."
Download.
Rich, we should give away a couple shirts.
Well, I gave away about a dozen while you were off.
But you never followed up. Bret Boone 10 at yahoo.com.
Bret Boone 10 at yahoo.com.
First, I'll field the emails, and I will
tell us what you're thankful for.
Randomly, yeah. Give me 5 things you're thankful for. I'll get you a t-shirt. You leave your mailing address and size, and I will get them out to you. 5 things you're thankful for, and I'll pick 5. I'll pick 5 random emails I get.
And I was mad because I put my Bret Boone podcast t-shirt out and I forgot to put it in the bag when I was double checking.
Oh, how do you not wear that in Italy?
Oh,
come on. That's tired.
But you owe one to Reese Davis. You owe one to Al Leiter. Robert Flores wants a t-shirt. So everybody I talked to basically, well, you were off running around.
You got it.
Yeah.
I got next week too, for all the listeners, Tariq Skubal Cy Young Award winner back to back. So we got Scooble next week will be Bret Boone podcast. Tune in for that.
Well, everybody, we hope we entertained you because this is the most important podcast of the year, Bret, because people are going to be listening to this while they're stuck in traffic. So calm down a little bit, give yourself a little bit of extra time. Don't have road rage, and be thankful for what you got, because Bret and I are.
Wow. Look at you being of service again. Yes.
I
Thanks.
Happy
Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And Rich, give Liz a hug for me. And I will see you shortly.
Thanks, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.